Some people no longer call Kylian Mbappé just a footballer. According to the internet, he is football's new dictator. But no, this is not political. This is an exaggerated but very dangerous joke from football internet. Because in people's eyes, Mbappé is no longer just a player who steps onto the pitch and scores goals. He is almost seen like a president, and sometimes like an invisible force standing above the team. If a player gets into the squad, people say, Mbappé allowed it. If a player stays on the bench, they say, Mbappé didn't want him. If a manager changes the system, they say, Mbappé put his weight in the room. Of course, most of this is a joke. But there is a reason this joke became so popular. Because Mbappé is no longer seen as a normal star. He is not a character playing inside the story. He is the story. When France win, everyone talks about Mbappé's leadership. When France struggle, everyone asks if Mbappé has too much power. When things go wrong at Real Madrid, everyone asks if the team was built the wrong way around him. If he scores, he becomes the story. If he does not score, he becomes an even bigger story. If he smiles, people analyze it. If he stays quiet, people analyze that too. If his face drops, even that is read like a message. And this is exactly where the Dictator Mbappé meme is born. Because football internet does not like normal characters. It turns them into cartoons. Messi becomes the awkward genius. Ronaldo becomes the ego-driven main character. Neymar becomes the drama queen. And Mbappé becomes the man with power, the one who interferes with everything. In other words, the dictator. But there is an important line here. Is Mbappé really a bad person? No. Does Mbappé really control everything? From the outside, that is impossible to say for sure. But the fact that people feel his power this strongly is already a story by itself. Because in modern football, sometimes the thing more dangerous than real power is perceived power. It is not just about how much authority a player actually has. It is about how much authority people think he has. If Mbappé speaks, he is controlling the room. If he stays silent, he is sending a message. If he celebrates, he is arrogant. If he looks serious, people call him cold and calculating. So now, even his existence gets analyzed. And when a footballer reaches this level, he is no longer judged like a normal player. He is judged like an institution. That is Mbappé's curse, because he has become such a huge brand that people now explain everything inside the team through his shadow. Captain of France, a giant star at Real Madrid, a World Cup winning phenomenon, a monster who scored a hat-trick in a final, but at the same time, a figure who is constantly criticized, constantly watched, and constantly debated. That is why people do not look at him as just a fast forward anymore. They look at him like a center of power, and every player who is seen as a center of power eventually becomes something people blame. If the team wins, they say, it was already his team. If the team loses, they say, he has too much power. If another star shines, they say, Mbappé overshadowed him. If another star fades, they say, Mbappé swallowed him. That is where the meme becomes funny. But that is also where it becomes unfair. Because football fans do not like complicated problems. They want a simple villain. A team may have a tactical problem. The dressing room balance may be broken. The manager may have made the wrong decision. The club plan may have been badly built. But the internet reduces all of it to one sentence. Mbappé did it. That is why the Dictator Mbappé joke is not just funny. It also shows how modern football works. Today, a superstar does not live only through performance. He lives through perception, through memes, through debates, through the court of social media. And Mbappé is one of the biggest examples of this era, because he is both an incredible footballer and the perfect target for people to attach every story to. Is he successful? Yes. Is he powerful? Yes. Does he sometimes look arrogant? Sometimes. But is he really a dictator, controlling the entire team from behind the scenes? Probably not. The real point is this. Mbappé may not be acting like a dictator, but football has placed him so high that people now search for a hidden order in every move he makes. And when the internet gives you a role, it is very hard to escape it. One day, you are the hero. One day, you are the villain. One day, you are the king. One day, you are the dictator. That is exactly Mbappé's story. He is not just playing football. He is becoming the face of modern football's obsession with power. And maybe the most dangerous part is this. At some point, the truth stops mattering. The story people believe becomes stronger than the truth. So Mbappé is not really a dictator, but football internet has turned him into such a character that even his silence now looks like an order. If you like this content, Please subscribe. The next one will be even better.